I just have to start the video when the time comes, right?
Yeah.
I wonder, I should plug mine in. I could plug it in afterwards. I have 100% charge.
You're 100% charged?
Yeah.
Well, then you're good.
You sure you don't want the yoga blanket, Katie?
None of them are enough.
I know, but tired. Bob woke up at 4:30 this morning. I heard him wandering around the house and I couldn't go back to sleep.
Why? Is he upset about something?
I don't know. Yeah, I think he is upset.
Did he go to bed shortly after I left last night?
You're to bed at 9.
Yeah, well, it's about the time I left.
Maybe it was 10. I don't know. He watched something. Okay, how come you have that screen and I have this?
Because you launched yours already.
Our meeting should start in a few seconds. It's only 12:17. What are we gonna do about the speakers?
When I was supposed to turn it off.
All right. Somebody can't hear us. Ellen's,
What?
they can't hear us.
Good morning.
Good morning. How are you today?
I'm well. What about you?
Doing okay.
Yeah.
There.
Thank God for yoga.
Oh, I know. Do you do other days besides Ann or other people besides Ann?
Yes, we try.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Anyone you like a lot?
I like, well, I like Ann's level 1 class, but I really like Shannon's core. Have you done Shannon's core?
Oh, yes, I have, but I haven't done it since we've started this and I keep meaning to do it. Yeah.
The last couple times it's been really good. I really like her class.
What day is that? It's Thursday, right?
On Thursday at 12:15. Yeah, it's only once a week.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to do that again.
And then I like Karen's class, the Gentle Bliss.
I do that too.
Yeah, I think we saw that we did that together on Saturday, I think.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, that's, oh, I wonder if I need to turn this up. Yeah.
Can you hear me?
Uh-huh. Yes.
Good.
The hardest thing I'm having doing this here is not having bolsters.
Do you have any big fat pillows, like the pillows on the bed behind you? No?
Yeah, but they
Squish, right?
squish.
Yeah.
And they move around.
I've got, did you put a pillow in there? I've got couch pillows under a blanket, but
Oh,
not the same as bolsters,
right.
but it works. Karen does like to sit a lot in class,
Yes.
which is the hardest part of class for me. So,
She's such a sweet person.
I know she is.
I started with her back years ago at the studio. And I did her classes and Barbara's therapeutic classes. And they got me going.
Barbara did therapeutic classes?
I'm sorry, I always do that. Not Barbara. Ann.
Oh, Ann's the classes. Okay, I thought maybe Barbara had started it.
No,
I like Barbara's class a lot too, but
I do too.
I like the way she teaches, but I haven't,
That red thing up at the top in your picture should come in.
hello.
Sorry.
Somebody else is joining.
Let me mute.
Hi,
Hello.
Hi, it's Cheryl.
hi Cheryl.
Girl.
Hi, Mr. Cheryl.
It's the IT person.
Everybody needs one.
Yeah.
Come here, sit down. And this is my dog. Come here. Step puppy, come here. Never mind, the dog has left the room.
Shy, he's shy, camera shy.
Yeah, not shy. She's a golden, she's not shy.
Is she a puppy or full grown?
No, she's 7. She's an adult.
Yes. They're wonderful dogs.
Yes.
I saw that Ed has a class on Facebook on Tuesdays and Thursdays at 1 o'clock. That looks interesting. I think it's stretch and relax.
Ooh,
I took his class when he taught in the evening once.
Oh, wasn't it amazing?
Yeah,
he's got such an incredible voice.
he does.
We did his, the seminar they were doing with the CBD oil and tea and the Thai massage.
Uh-huh.
That
Is
was,
that a good part?
talk about walking out like a wet noodle,
Oh, really?
relaxing. But he's got a,
Have you done Haitian's new class?
I did it Monday after this class. Not the chair yoga or the other one,
The other one,
yoga nidra.
yes. Have you
That
done
was-
that?
But I got distracted on Friday. I'm gonna try it this Friday.
I really liked it a lot.
Was it good?
It was very good. Talking about being a wet noodle.
Yeah,
It really relaxes you.
I liked her chair class, but it's a little bit too easy.
Is it?
Yeah, because you're just sitting in a chair and you're doing a lot of the stuff that we're doing. I mean, it's still yoga, but
Right.
you're in one position the entire time.
Oh,
So it was anything is better than nothing.
that's true.
For sure.
It was not much of a challenge.
I just feel like I have no cardio. I've lost all my cardio.
Yeah, we're trying to walk, but
Trying to too, but I'm not good about it.
neither are we, and the weather hasn't been real cooperative, so.
No, that's true.
It is, I don't know what time it is.
It's 12:29.
Oh,
12:29. You should be here any minute.
Yes, she should.
I don't know why I'm sitting, why I'm starting. to sit.
Did Christine send out new emails this week with a new schedule?
No,
I didn't get one.
no, I didn't either.
Okay.
Yeah, we've been having problems getting emails.
I can't get the website to work on my iPad. It works on my phone, but not on my iPad.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I don't know what's going on. And Katie can't get it on either one.
No, I got it on my phone now.
Oh.
But
Well, she said in that one, the one about Haitian teaching those 2 classes. You got that because you took the class, right? The chair class and the other one.
had Gretchen forward it to me.
You know, oh. I wonder why you're not getting them.
Well, I don't know, maybe, she said she's using the same code just
Yeah.
throughout.
I'm so afraid I'm gonna lose that email with that code on it. I've got it bookmarked, so I shouldn't.
Yeah, so, and the schedule is on the website, so.
Yeah.
She's keeping that up to date every week. So I don't want to keep bugging her about not getting emails.
I have another friend who's not getting them either. I don't know. I wonder how long that list is. It's got to be pretty extensive.
Gotta be pretty extensive, and maybe she has multiple lists and uses a different one, because I got a notice today that I had a class scheduled, because I scheduled this class in advance, and I got a notice from Prema that I had a schedule, but I didn't get anything about it. New schedule for the week.
Yeah.
I haven't been getting that, so I don't know. But if nobody's getting them, then
I
Yeah.
didn't get one for this week.
you didn't get one, so maybe it's just system overload or something.
Could be.
I got it last week, but I didn't get it yesterday or today.
Well, maybe send it out yet. If none of us got it.
I think wasn't she supposed to send one every Sunday night?
That's what she said she was gonna do.
Yeah.
But as long as we can get the system to work, I guess it's okay.
Yeah. Come on, Ann.
Well, we know she can't be coming from Encino, so.
No, she can't use that.
She's getting the cat out of the room.
My cat came in one of the classes last week and put her head right up there and looked.
Did she participate?
Yes, she did.
Kitty yoga.
Downward cat.
Yep.
Yeah.
Better than having a goat climb on your back.
Hey, how you
Hi, everybody.
Hello.
Hi.
Hi.
Is Gretchen there?
Mm-mm.
No, Gretchen.
No, Gretchen.
No, Gretchen.
Maybe it's just the 4 of us.
Could be.
5.
Five?
I've taken a couple classes by myself. Where they're having another.
A lot of the classes have only 1 or 2 people in them.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
think
guess
Shannon's
this
class-
isn't for everybody. But I'm glad we have it.
Yeah.
How are you all doing?
Good, how are you?
You're good.
I'm good. I'm sewing all day long.
What are you sewing?
I'm working on a big quilt and for my husband, and then I'm doing face masks also.
Oh,
So
Good.
very
yeah,
good.
between the two.
Did you order your mat fabric online?
No, I in charge of the guild storage, and they told me that whoever wants to take fabrics for masks, I can give them. So I brought some fabric from the storage, and people are coming and taking the fabric and they sewing, and I cut fabrics to Martina from my creative outlet. She organized a whole group of people to sew masks.
What about interfacing?
What?
What about interfacing? Are you able to get that?
I happen to have interface here at home. So the one I use for my friend, I use it. And for Martina, I mainly cut the fabrics. So but we make packet in the masks, so people can add their own interface.
You know, I read that coffee filters are good for the filters.
Yeah.
I read that too.
Yeah.
Yeah, they say either this or even fabric from the bags of the vacuums.
Oh,
This is good as well.
Mm.
So
Who has vacuums with bags in them anymore?
no, I don't have those.
One,
yeah,
the little hardwood floor one,
Yeah,
yeah.
but I have coffee filters.
I'm not sure I have.
What's that?
Oh, I got it.
Is Ann there, or she's not up there yet?
Not yet. There. No.
When she gets here, she'll pop in and that'll be it.
Yeah. Okay. How are you spending your time?
Doing this, I'm reading a lot. That's
Yeah.
about, yeah.
Uh-huh. Yeah,
Reading,
that's good.
playing silly on the computer.
I'm sorry. Or on the computer, yeah.
I said playing silly.
Oh,
Actually, this Zoom thing is wonderful because we've been having family get-togethers and I've been meeting with friends.
oh, that's nice.
And it's so much better than a phone call because you can see each other, you can see expressions. You know, it's more like you're talking than when you're talking on the phone.
How do you do a link to connect to someone?
Yeah, we have this on the phone.
You have your Zoom app?
A Zoom app? No.
Go
That's
on and
right.
get.
Well, I do on the computer, on my laptop.
That's what we do.
Yeah, you just sign into it and you can start a meeting, or if somebody else is starting the meeting, they'll invite you and you just log on.
There's Ann.
Hi, thanks for your patience, guys.
Hey,
My Wi-Fi was down and I'm like, oh, come on, come on. I rebooted everything, but it took a minute.
hi, Spirit.
She is with us today,
See that?
my companion. Yeah, I heard you guys were talking about Zoom calls and video chats with folks.
Yeah.
It's good, right?
It is really good. Yeah, much better than a phone call.
It really is, yeah, being able to see people's faces, yeah. I never thought I'd be really into video chatting, but it's so nice, especially now with our other physical connections being restricted.
Yeah, I resisted FaceTime for years. In fact, I still haven't FaceTimed, but this Zoom stuff is fun.
Yeah. It's nice. We did a phone call with my my brother and his dad and my sister yesterday, and it was just so good to see everybody. And
Nice, it's good.
Yeah. Because you worry about people when you can't see them.
oh, for sure.
You know, you can check out their mannerisms and you know that they're emotionally okay.
Yeah, the nonverbal messaging really comes through, and can tell you a lot more than someone going, oh yeah, I'm fine.
Yeah.
Mhm.
So Patty, how's it going today in your human container?
My knees are pretty bad.
Yeah.
I'll push through it.
Okay. Adjust as needed.
Well,
All right. Katie, how about for you?
I'm good. My back is cranky, but then it always is.
Yeah.
You know, as long as I keep moving, it's good. So I thank God that we have yoga.
True, true. All right. And Connie,
Yes,
how's it going in there?
it's going well, actually. I'm feeling pretty good.
Good, good. And Cheryl?
I'm okay. Shoulder's a little but, oh, and something's going on with my left wrist, probably recurrence of a tendonitis that comes and goes from time to time.
Got it.
It's not awful.
Orit?
My plantar fasciitis on my left heel start acting up again.
Yeah.
I'm not sure what's the deal there, but it's really like thorn there. So, and beside this, I just told the girls I'm sewing all day long. So, so I'm kind of sore in my shoulders and neck and
How are your hands?
what?
How are your hands?
My hands are okay. It's here. It's like this like the shoulder and the neck and the plantar fasciitis. That's the things that
tension.
yeah.
Yeah. And Sharon?
I am doing good, thank you.
All right. Yeah, I think there's a lot of, the stress that we are collectively feeling right now, and some of the restrictions on how we can move in our space. That tension tends to curl us up again and start feeling, we start feeling more constricted and restricted in our bodies, and that means the fascia all over. And I've found also some of those spots that are like the distant early warning signals are the first ones to go, ow, 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 hey, I need some attention, I need some love. So I'm thinking about, for the end of our practice, if you have readily available, take a moment to get, if you have like hand lotion, body lotion, some kind of oil, body oil, something that you can put on your body for our Shavasana. If it smells nice, so much the better. And it doesn't have to be a big deal thing, but I want to take a moment to do a little like self-care, self-massage practice with something that feels moisturizing and nourishing to you.
You want something that smells or something neutral like you do?
Whatever you.
I brought something fancy. I have this little teeny tiny bottle from an herbalist I know, and it's a body oil with ginger and cardamom, and it has that warm, gingery and sweet cardamom smell, and it just makes me happy when I put it on. So that's what I'm going to use today.
Okay. Too bad we don't have smell-o-vision.
Right? Smell-o-vision would be so cool. Like that's the next frontier.
Yeah.
I have some lavender oil. Will that work? Or is
Some like lavender essential oil or like a
does lavender 100% pure essential oil?
grab, put a couple drops of that in like a regular, like a lotion or body oil or something. Because the lavender will be great for relaxation, but we want that moisturizing texture sensation. And we'll save it till the end so we don't have like lubed up hands while we're trying to move around on our mat. Ah, beautiful. Connie's got the lotion.
And something else I have, maybe you recognize this.
Yes, perfect. Yeah. Yeah, and that's in a base of jojoba. That'll work beautifully. All right. Have what you have nearby. I know Katie will come back in just a sec. Oh, perfect. And then we'll set that aside. If you're like, oh, I need to put some on me right now, you can put some on you right now. That's fine. And then we'll set it aside and come back to it for our shavasana. And we'll start with an opening seated meditation. Find your way into any upright position. If you want to lean back on something, you can. If you prefer to lie down, if that's what does the best for your body, if that's what your body's feeling called to do, then by all means, go ahead and do that. Take care of yourself. And as you get settled, I'm going to turn off the sound on my dryer. Or did you guys hear that buzzing in the back? Yeah, hang on. So it doesn't go off every few minutes while we're practicing.
Oh, yes. We could pick out a good. Or we can mix it with lotion.
All the dogs get locked up, but the cat gets to roam freely, so she enjoys these classes. She doesn't usually get to come in here when I'm working and when I'm teaching, because I have other humans in this space. But yeah, so this is really like have a whole new area to explore. Find your comfortable starting position, seated or reclining. And once again, just as a reminder, if there's some like technical issue, you can't see me or the signal's cutting out, wave your arms around in an obvious way, and I'll know that something is awry. And otherwise, I'll put everybody on mute so we have the cleanest sound available.
Take that picture out of the bottom.
All right, there we go. So as you find your starting position, take a moment to turn the gaze lightly downward. Close the eyes if you like. Take an exaggerated breath in and pause. Let it out through the mouth. Take another breath in and pause. Let it out through the mouth. Just like that, one more time. Inhale and pause. Exhale, let it go. Take a moment to check in with the physical body. This may be a moment to notice something you've mentioned or something more subtle. Breathing in, breathing out. And this is a seasonal blessing that goes nicely, I think, with it being spring and having just celebrated Easter and Passover. From the poet David White, it reads, "The blessing of the morning light to you. May it find you even in your invisible appearances. May you be seen to have risen from some other place we intuit and know in the darkness, and that carries all we need. May you see what is hidden in you as a place of hospitality and shadowed shelter. May the hidden darkness be your gift to give. May you hold the shadow to the light and the silence of that place to the word of the light. May you join all of your previous disappearances with this new appearance, this new morning, this being seen again, new and newly alive. One thing he talks about is this sense that we are always in the process of becoming, and the person that we were yesterday is different from the person that we are today, and that we're continually evolving. And greet yourself in this new incarnation of the day, welcoming. Let the breath flow in, and let the breath flow out. And lower the chin to the chest, and slowly roll the head over to one side, taking your time. And then over to the other side. Just like that. Side to side. As you bring the head over to the right ear dropping down toward the shoulder, leave it there. Root down into your seat, elongate the spine, and let the neck muscles relax a bit as the head tilts over. Right hand on top of the head if you like, left arm off to the side if you like. If that feels just right, stay there. If you'd like to turn a little and tilt a bit with the head and the neck, feel free. Breathe and explore your way into the next stretch. Adjust it so that it works for you. Take a couple more breaths right here. Now release the hand. Slowly roll the chin to center again, down to the chest. Take your time over to the other side, breathing your way here. And once you're all the way over on the left side, check in, what's it like over here? And take a moment allowing the muscles on this side to begin lengthening. Left hand on the head if you like. Right hand reaching slightly away from the body. The angle is less important than what you're feeling. Notice what is there right now, what sensations are there. Move if you like, turning, tilting the head, the neck, maybe opening the jaw wide. Releasing tension right at the hinge of the jaw, base of the skull. Take 2 more breaths right here. Release the hand and roll the chin back down to center. Stay there for a moment And slowly roll the head to upright. And now a slow motion funky chicken. Take your chin forward and then pull it straight back. And take the chin and the head out forward. This is what we do when we're like looking at all our stuff, our screens and things, and then retract the chin. Aim to get the ears like right up over the shoulders, and then take the head forward again. We'll do a couple more and retract the chin back. 2 more times. If in the moment of retracting you're feeling the muscles along the back of the neck, maybe even down toward the shoulder blade, that's the area that should be working right now, that should be contracting. And then hold the retracted chin for a moment. 3 and 2 and 1 and release. Roll your shoulders generously. Let's take them forward first, all the way around. And now backwards, up and back, down and around. And release that. Bring the attention to the rib cage and roll your ribs around. Start slowly at first, especially if the back is feeling tight. And then start to exaggerate the movement gradually. Now go the other way, same thing. You might start small and gradually increase the circles. I'm going to play a little music that I think will work better than it had before. Maybe. Oh, there we go. Sorry, I had it on mute. Just in case you were wondering if it was silent music. Oh, I saw the kitty! In a flash. All right, once you've rolled and circled the ribs around in both directions, come on back to center. And how is the volume of the background music? Is it okay? Do you want it higher, lower? Lower? Too high? Is that better? Okay. It sounds really quiet on my laptop, so I'm like, oh, I'd better turn it up. Thank you for that. All right. Let's bring the chin down. This time, roll the shoulders forward, pull the navel in, and start to round the spine. And lift the heart. Roll the shoulders down as the heart lifts up, easing our way into this kind of cat-cow arching rounding. Inhaling as the heart lifts and the shoulders melt. Exhaling as the navel draws in and the whole spine rounds. Inhaling, lifting, opening, making space. Exhale, drawing in, rounding. Just like that. A few more times. The next time you're in the rounded position, drawing the navel in, breathing here. And now return to upright. Take the arms out to the sides, reach up overhead. This is good for checking your space. And then rotate to the right. You keep the arms raised this round. Come back to center and rotate to the left. Come back to center. Bring the arms down in front of you. Turn the palms away and hook one thumb over the other. Hook the thumbs. Notice which thumb is closest to your face for future reference. And then tug, like you want to pull the thumbs apart. If that doesn't feel okay, Cheryl, take another position with the arms. You can have the elbows bent and the arms out if that feels better, or not have the hook of the thumbs at all. Grow tall on the inhale. The aim is to use the leverage of the hooked thumbs to get a little taller, and then exhale and twist. Stay and twist on this side. Yes. Unwind gently. Stay at center. Bring the arms down. Switch the hook of the thumbs. And take the arms up again. Apply a bit of tension. How much is your decision? Inhale, lengthen it. Exhale, keep the length as you twist to the other side. Breathing here. Inhaling. Exhaling, rooting down with both sitting bones. Gently unwind. Bring the arms down. Make the arms, elbows bent in generous circles. We'll do that one more time, but we'll leave our arms behind us. Take the hands behind. I like to turn my fingers so they're facing kind of out to the sides and a little bit back, but you can choose an angle that feels nice for you, especially in the wrists and the shoulders. And then from here, use the fingertips to support you a little bit. Remember, it's just the fingertips. We're not trying to put our whole body weight on there. Root down into your sitting bones and your fingertips. And lift the heart up. Make a little back bend. I'm going to turn sideways. It's easier to see that sense of lifting through the heart. Zip up the belly. And then your neck can decide where your head goes. If you like the chin down or maybe neutral, kind of looking mostly forward, you can do that. If it feels good to lift the chin a little or a lot, you can do that. Breathe, let the breath go all the way up to the upper chest, to the collarbones. Make sure you get some breath in and out along the throat. The neck doesn't feel compressed here. Another breath in. And then exhale and bring the head to upright. Zip up the belly, walk the hands in, and we'll come forward. And in this forward bend, it is your choice. If you like to round your back and pull this way, you can. If you like to come with a long straight spine and hinge forward, you can. Go to whatever amount of forward bend brings you to some sort of physical edge in the body. And breathe while you're here. Inhale, exhale. If it feels okay to let the head hang, the back of the neck lengthening, then allow that to happen. If a more neutral neck position feels better for your body, of course, do the thing that feels like it takes the best care of you. Now, from this forward leaning or forward bending position, come slowly to upright. Turn, so it's like we're doing a little bit of a twist. Turn to the right, so your navel's pointed more toward the right leg, off at an angle, and then come forward on that angle. You know how sometimes we do child's pose and reach to one side, reach to the other? This is kind of like that. Have this sense that you're doing the arm reach for the purpose of giving your back a stretch in different areas. So now, emphasizing one side of the back more than the other. And again, take care of the arms and shoulders and neck. Check out the shoulders if you're crowded around the ears. Maybe they want to release a little bit. Maybe the jaw would like to relax a bit. Inhale and exhale. Inhale and exhale. Gradually walk yourself back up. Once you're upright, rotate in the other direction and walk the hands out. Again, any amount. And with the aim of not how far you can reach, but give the other side of your back now a nice stretch. Check in with your neck, repositioning the head as needed for comfort. Generous breath in. Easy breath out. Generous breath in. Take your time with the exhale. Take another breath right here. And on an exhale, draw the navel into the spine so your abs are supporting you even as you slowly come up. And once you're upright, unwind your legs, bending the knees with the feet wide apart. And as you sit with the feet fairly wide, start to rock, and I'm leaning on my hands a little bit for support and doing windshield wipers while seated. Let the shins rock, let the feet tip side to side. Now, add a little extra internal lift. So hug in the abdominal muscles so they cinch in and lift the belly up. And come up a bit more vertical and a little bit lighter on your hands. I find that as I come more vertical, sometimes I want to reposition my feet so I don't feel kind of crowded or off balance. So use the combination of the feet and the sitting bones, and maybe reach the arms out if you want. It's not mandatory. Nothing is except for the breathing part. Yeah. And you can put the arms on at any angle you like. That's it. And there may be a little scooching of the bum forward toward the feet. That's just fine. Good. Come on back to center and walk the feet in. We'll slowly curl down part way. Round the back, pull the navel in, and then come to upright and seated. Round the back, curl down, feel the abdominal muscles, and then come to sitting tall. Do that again, round the back, maybe a little lower. See what feels like, oh, hello, I'm working here. And then come up again. This time all the way down, take your time, and add a blanket under your head if you like, or something so that you're comfortable. Slowly lower down. And once you're all the way down, hug the knees in and rock side to side. As you rock, I'm just going to bring myself a little closer. As you rock, let the neck relax, let the head roll. Now place the feet flat on the mat. Relax the arms. Bring the arms in fairly close to your hips with the palms turned in. And take the right arm overhead slowly as you reach your right leg out long on the mat, inhaling, and then exhaling. The arm and the leg come back to starting position. We'll do alternating sides, left arm and leg lengthen out, feel space here, and then come back to starting position, just like that. Take the whole inhale as you lengthen and pause. The whole exhale back to starting position, pause. The whole inhale lengthens the other side, pause. The whole exhale back to starting position and pause. Continue once more until you're back on the right side. And when you're back on the right side, lengthen and stay in that position. Continue to breathe generously as you reach the fingers and the heel in opposite directions. Breathe in, breathe out. Add, if you like, a little bit of side bend. I'm thinking of my left hand walking toward my bent knee and my right hand migrating to the left of the head. So the torso's in a little bit of a left lean. You can slide your right leg over until it runs into your left ankle if you like. Inhale and exhale. Release the arms, bring them back to center and knees. Bring both knees into the chest. Move them in as snugly as you wish, together or separate as is comfortable for you. Zip up the belly and give the legs and the arms a little bit of that resistance. We've been working with this a lot lately. Exhale, resist the legs and the hands together. If it feels good, you can lift your head. If that's not your cup of tea, leave the head down. Inhale, release all the resistance. Exhale, we do it again. Resist legs and arms and lift the head if you like. And lower down, we'll do it one more time. Resist the legs and the arms, hold the resistance, but not the breath. Slowly, slowly lower yourself down. Return the feet flat to the mat. Return the arms to your sides, palms facing into your midline. Now the left leg and arm get its chance to do the extra stretch. Lengthen this arm and leg. Breathe here. So you might walk your left arm over to the right, let your torso kind of lean and shimmy over as well, so you're in a very gentle arc. The left leg might slide over, even until it bumps into the right foot. Breathe here. If it feels nice for the other arm, the down arm, to hold on to the edge of your mat or to reach for the foot that it's near, then you can do that as well. Lastly, check in with your breathing, check in with your neck. See that your neck says okay to this head position. And if there's any extra tension gripping in the neck, consider letting it go. Inhale and gently release. Release the arm and leg and knees. Bring both knees into the chest, and this time we'll hug them in more of a happy baby position. Bend the knees, flex the feet lightly, and hug. Use the hands at first behind the thighs to get a nice long back. Shrug the shoulders down, relax the neck. Make sure the head is still resting on your mat if you're repositioning the hands to walk them closer to the feet. Taking care of the neck is most important here. Now for me, I can reach my hands to my feet, but today, my low back is asking for me to hug behind my thighs because that feels like it gives it a little more length back there. So notice, sometimes there's some subtle differences in the way that the body feels, and different variations can change from day to day as we practice. And there may be, of course, some tension felt more strongly in some areas right now. So observe and notice, and you might change a little bit some of the details of how we practice based on what you're feeling and noticing. Bring the knees back in, take a hand on each knee and circle the knees around generously in opposite directions. Then reverse direction. That's it. Release here. Place the feet down flat on the mat. Press into the feet. Arms relaxed in whatever position you like. If your arms love to be really close to your torso, you can do that. If you like a little more space, palms turned up or down, the choice is yours. Just see that you have some nice space across your collarbones. And again, check in with the shoulders and the neck and see that the back of the neck is as long as it can be. The head's in neutral as opposed to the chin lifting to the sky. And then from here, down into your feet, squeeze your glutes and slowly curl your pelvis up off the mat, followed by your low back and your bottom ribs. And then slowly uncurl yourself right back down, bridge pose. Pressing the feet, and I'm thinking of pressing my feet to make deep footprints, or to press so much that even though I'm moving slowly, and there's a gentle quality to it, I'm energetically driving the feet deep into the earth as I lift. And slowly back down, just like that. Aim for moving and lifting the body segment by segment along the spine. Slow movement. Usually the spine and the low back really appreciate that extra time taken. Rooting down firmly into the feet, glutes are active, lifting up and then curling down and taking your time. We'll spend a little extra time doing this as a way of almost like an active massage for our back. Now, if you'd like to on this last one, stay lifted, you can stay lifted. And it can be whatever height your back tolerates, your body tolerates today. If your body says, hey, I need to come down sooner rather than later, take care of yourself. Easy in the neck, very active in the feet and the legs, the glutes, the abdominal muscles even. Even though this is a back bend, there's a bit of that abdominal effort. If you get a cramp in your hamstrings or in your feet, you can come down, move around, reset, and come back in again. Take 2 more breaths here, and then even more slowly than you've ever come down. Come down with the ribs first, and then very gradually with the low back, and eventually let the pelvis come down. And when you're all the way down, just pause. Feel your back. Notice your breathing. Bring one knee into the chest. Bring both knees into the chest. Rock gently side to side. And now rock all the way over to one side. Take the knees over. Leave your bottom arm wherever it's comfortable. If you want to use it under your head, you can. And then reach the top arm out in front. We'll do a few gentle thoracic mobilizing twists here. Reach the arm out in front of your chest and then open up. You can do this as the bow and arrow version, or you can do this opening and closing your book. Remember, if it's nicely tolerated, feel free to follow the moving thumb with your gaze. Now, as you come back to your side, let's change the movement a bit. And then Cheryl, of course, be mindful of the shoulder as you're moving on both sides, when it's on the bottom as well as when it's on the top. And begin to make some circles. Now, these can be shoulder shrugs if a big circle doesn't feel right. You can roll your shoulder as you kind of rock side to side with the chest. They can be elbow circles if that's okay. Or they can be really exaggerated circles with the whole arm. That's it, Connie. All the way around. Take your time. I like to inhale as I'm going kind of overhead and back. It feels like I can breathe. There's more room for me to take a deep breath. So feel as you're going around the circle, are there certain portions of the circle where it feels like, oh, I could take a deeper breath here. Now go the other way. Is there a spot where it feels like there's more room for the breath? Is there a spot where it feels like it makes sense to exhale here? It feels like my body wants to push the breath out. And then open into your twist, whatever way that arm wants to open to the side. If it feels better for the shoulder to bring that top arm in so the fingers are resting on the side of the ribs or the waist, then do that. So you get the nice spinal twist happening in the most friendly position for the arms, the neck, the shoulders, the upper back. And of course, there's always the option to open both arms out like a T if it's comfortable and if there's space. And take a few breaths with a little extra tension into the side of the ribs facing the ceiling. Imagine that lung inflating a little extra, the ribs fanning open a little extra. And when you take the next breath in, pause at the top. Not a contest to see how long you can hold the breath. Just a moment of, oh, I'd like to stay right here, and then let it out gently. Let's do 2 more like that. Inhale and generously breathe into that side. Hold the breath at the top. And then lightly let it go through the nose or the mouth, your choice. One more time, in through the nose. Pause for a moment, feel that side of your rib cage, and when you're ready, let it go gently. To change sides, it is your choice. If your low back is feeling a bit tender, you might bring the arm back over and kind of curl into a fetal position and roll to the other side. If you want this to be extra ab work, you might take your arms out to the side, zip up the belly, and bring your knees in. Now, when I do that, I wind up realizing that I'm off my mat to one side, so there may be a little bit of squiggling and adjusting required. And then make your way to side 2. Take the legs to the other side. And we'll begin with our bow and arrow or open and close the book movement. So when the legs are all the way over on the other side, bring the rest of your body over, support your head with your bottom arm or with a blanket or pillow. Reach the top arm out in front of the chest, and as you inhale, open up, either with a straight arm, the book opening, or the opening, drawing the bow and arrow. Inhaling, opening, exhaling, folding back in, let your whole torso go with you. So the chest is spinning up to the ceiling as the arm goes behind you. The chest is turning to your side, same direction as the arm is moving. And so provided the bottom shoulder especially is okay with this, you're right on the bottom shoulder as you come over to your side, and then you're most definitely on your upper back as you open into the twist. As you come back this time, let's change the pattern. Start with a small movement, a shoulder, hello kitty, a shoulder shrug. And then maybe the elbow, circling. And if it's well tolerated, a generous arm movement. You can be swimming freestyle or doing backstroke. Either direction is fine. We'll be reversing in just a moment. Go the other way. These last couple circles, I find new things to bump into. Bottles of oil, passing cats. As you open up this time, find your comfortable arm position for the twist. Remember, if the top arm would like to rest, the fingers on the side of the rib cage, do that. If it's very comfortable to open the arms in a T, feel free to do that. Sometimes the headrest could stand a little lowering. And breathe, and we'll take 3 generous breaths, same pattern as we did on the other side. Inhale generously through the nose and pause at the top. Breathe a little extra into this side of the rib cage, and when you're ready, let the breath out through the nose or the mouth. Inhale, pause at the top. Expand into this lung, this side of the ribs, and then exhale and go. One more like that. Inhale and pause at the top. Let it all go. Shoulders relax, the neck, lengthen the head, rest. And by whatever route is comfortable to you, return to center. Rock the knees. Rock the whole body gently. And let's rock over to the first side. This time, we'll keep the upper body fixed and start to move the lower body. So we'll rock over into a fetal position on, let's call it side number 1. You can have a pillow or your own arm under your head, and we'll start to move the legs. We're headed toward the clamshell movements, but the first thing we'll do is let the top knee go as high as it wants, let the hip rock back. And so before, we kept the legs on the floor as we move the upper body. Now let the pelvis move, but keep your shoulders and head more or less where they are. Just moving from a different part of the body. Yeah, if you want to flip over, Connie, you can turn and face this way first. Yeah, sometimes it just helps to look toward the screen for the first one and then do the second one once your body is like, oh yeah, I got that. So now we switch to that was the mobility version. Let the knee go, let the hip go. Now the strength building version. Take your top hand and use it to keep track of where your pelvis is. Pelvis stays in exactly the same spot. Zip up your belly, that will help. Lift the knee and lower it down. Exhale, this time the top knee doesn't lift more than about 30 degrees in the air. If it's up at 45, you are either incredibly flexible or the knee has gone too far because the hip is tipped back. That's usually what happens. It's not that you're a bad yogi. It's not that any of us are like naughty in some way. It's just the body will find the path of least resistance. And oftentimes that path is, oh, well, I can make that knee lift. And meanwhile, unbeknownst to us, the hip has tipped back and accommodated. Lift the knee one last time and hold it there. Hold it there, hold it there. Keep the belly zipped up. Imagine there's resistance. And now, hey, you might even not have to imagine. Take your own top hand and resist into the thigh. Like down, I like to do it down by the knee. You can do it anywhere. It feels like you've got good leverage. You feel the glutes on that side? Yeah. And then relax. Take a moment. You might massage your glutes. They're your glutes. They need love. You can massage them if you wish. Of course, it is always your choice. And now make your way to side 2. And so as you go to the other side, you can either flip over and face away from your device, or you can swing yourself around so your head's on the other side. Either way is just fine. Adjust so that you have some support underneath the head. And remember the first version, the lower body moves, the upper body not so much. The knee lifts, the pelvis goes with it. Let it have a nice time. Remembering our purpose is mobility, not really trying to make anything work especially hard. So this is where our body's natural tendency to go with that path of least resistance will work with us quite nicely. And as you bring the knee down, now we'll go against the grain of what the body might choose to do if left to its own devices. I've got my top hand on the pelvis to keep track of where my pelvis is, and then lift and lower the knee. And you might notice, depending on what's going on in the hips, one side may feel like when I do this with my left leg lifting, it feels like my left leg must be so much heavier than my right leg. But I know that they're not vastly different in size. But it tells me about what side has more strength and what side might be struggling. Zip up the belly, that's an added bonus to the stabilization in the core, but it also helps to stabilize things for the glutes as well. We're going to include our glutes as part of our core for functional purposes. The last time you lift, hold the lift. You can choose to imagine resistance, or you can give yourself resistance, placing the hand on the outer thigh. I like it close to the knee, and resisting there. Notice what you feel in the glutes. I find that all of a sudden I'm like, oh, now I'm really working. Gently release the effort. Give your glutes a little massage. Thank them. And now when you're ready, use your arms and slowly press your way to tabletop position. Add padding, Patty. If this doesn't feel right on your knees, then use like the edge of the bed or a chair, and you can do a puppy dog stretch Our aim in this case, so this is if your knees don't like being down on the mat, you bend the knees and use any flat surface to get a back stretch. And if you're down on your mat, you'll start with the hips high and the arms reaching out, our kneeling puppy position. Check in with the head and the neck. If it feels good, turn the head a little. If your head would prefer to be still, let it be still. The abdominal muscles engage, so there's a hint of that cinching in. There's a hint of the, well, more than a hint of the navel drawing in toward the spine and the low back being nice and long. Not necessarily tucked under, but really long. When you're ready, bring the hands back in and roll the hips and the shoulders out. Go the other way. I'm not shushing you, I'm shushing the dog in the background. Dude, no. From here, you take child's pose, I'll take put the dog away pose. That's what happens when you practice at home and your spouse lets the animals out. Take him and all that he's doing. All right. From child's pose. Take a moment in your child's pose. If your forehead is not resting on your mat, let it rest. If there's space there and it doesn't comfortably go to your mat, make a pillow. In some fashion, either with your forearms, a yoga block, or your mat itself, give a gentle pressure. Give gentle pressure to the forehead. And see that that gentle pressure feels like it's neutral. It's just right straight into the forehead. It's not pulling your eyebrows up like a tight ponytail. Take a couple more breaths, allowing the forehead to rest on the support beneath it. Gently release. From our child's pose, come back to tabletop. Take the right leg back behind you. Tuck the toes underneath. Let's stretch the calf by coming forward, engaging the calf muscle, and then rocking back. Push off the ball of the foot, and then rock back. Feel the calf stretch. And do that again. And then find the calf stretch and stay right there, leaning into it. If the hand position needs some adjusting for comfort, feel free to do that. If you're feeling really feisty and you want to make this extra ab work, lift your navel and make your bent knee light. Bring it back down. Bring both knees back in. We're in tabletop. Take your knees a little wider in between sides. We'll take child's pose. We're kneeling puppy. Lengthen the arms out in front. Head can hang or forehead can rest on the mat depending on how this position is shaking out for the body right now. Breathing in, breathing out. Breathing in, breathing out. Slowly come back up. Find tabletop once again. Extend the other leg. Lengthen the leg back. Push off the foot so you feel the calf muscles contract. Roll over the ball of the foot and then lean back into the calf stretch. Push off the ball of the foot. Lean back into the calf stretch. Just like that. Come into the calf stretch and then stay there. And again, feel free to reposition the hands if you like to zip up the belly and lift the bottom knee if you're feeling feisty. Definitely breathe. Yeah, that's it, Connie, It's a thing to do. It's not a mandatory thing. And then come on back. Return to tabletop. And this time, arch the back, lift the heart. Exhale, lift the navel, round the spine, let the head hang. Inhale, arching, gently back bending. Exhale, lift the navel, round the back. Just like that. Inhale. And exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Now circle the hips around, roll the hips and the shoulders. Go the other way. Turn to center. If you love downward facing dog, you can get a little downward facing dog in here. Like, yeah, no thanks. Kneeling puppy or standing in a forward bend. So if you're doing down dog, play with your stance, the space between the feet and the space between the hands. Go a little wider than your usual stance, maybe even a lot wider. You might even try that way. And you can explore the same thing if you're doing a kneeling puppy. You can explore if you're in the standing forward bend, taking the feet a different distance apart than you usually do. What does that feel like? And then my friends in downward facing dog or kneeling puppy, gradually make your way to standing folded over your toes. Hold the arms if that feels good. Let gravity lengthen the spine. Breathing in, breathing out. Breathing in, breathing out. Sway if you like, turn the head if you like. Let gravity help you here. Release the arms. Press the feet, slowly come up. Take your time and ease your way to upright. I know my head has just disappeared, but you're going to come on up to standing. And as you stand tall, feet are facing forward, zip up the belly, lengthen the tailbone down, roll the shoulders, and then let the arms release down, palms whichever way they land naturally. Feel your feet, send your roots down deep into the feet planted. Inhale, reach out, reach out. Do a couple half sun salutes. Exhale, take your time and fold down, bending the knees as you go. Let the neck relax. Hands on the front of the legs. Inhale, lean forward a bit. Exhale, fold down. Inhale all the way up. Exhale, hands to the heart. Let's do it again. Inhale, Circle out and up. Exhale, fold all the way down. Halfway up is the inhale. Folding down is the exhale. Inhaling all the way up. Hands to the heart. Exhale. Let's do it one more time. Root down. Reach up to the sky. Exhale. Take your time and fold. Halfway up on an inhale. Right back down on an exhale. Take your time coming up. Feet are planted, belly is lifting. The arms gradually reaching overhead and hands to the heart. Release the arms. Let the knees bend and roll one shoulder very generously, and then the other shoulder. Move in a way that lets your shoulder blade move around on your back, go the other direction. Same thing, let your shoulder blades circle around. Move around your back. Come up to standing. Lift your shoulders. Release the arms. Squeeze the shoulders again. Maybe lift the arms a little more. One more time. Squeeze the shoulders again. If you like, reach the arms up. And exhale. Let it all go. You can wiggle and shake the arms and the legs. And then we're going to come down and do a hip stretch. We're all stretching and gooey today. We did like 3 standing poses, so I feel very accomplished today. So lie down on your back and take your, I'm going to adjust again my screen, your hip stretch of choice. I know all of you guys have some favorite hip stretches. So some of you love thread the needle, crossing maybe the right ankle over the top, reaching through behind the leg, behind the left leg. If that doesn't feel like it gives you the stretch, or if it's an awkward position, put the bottom foot down, use the hands to hold the right shin, knee, foot, wherever it works. Sometimes if I start in this position, I like to do a little extra rocking of the shin across the body and feel, oh, okay, where do I feel a stretchy sensation? Where is it interesting? Sometimes if the knee goes a little across the midline, feel more of the hip stretch. But the truth is inside your body. So as you breathe, and as you may be exploring some variations in position, keep looping your awareness into the hip, into the outer hip, noticing what you feel there. When you get a moderate amount of stretch, stay right there. You can rock while you're there. If you've got a foot in the air, maybe rotate the ankle. When you're ready, unwind the legs, change sides. Same setup on side 2 as you did on side 1. Adjusting for what you notice. Maybe that moderate stretch is found sooner, or maybe it's a little more elusive on this side. So breathe, move gently, notice what you're feeling, adjust the position accordingly. So there's a moderate stretch in the outer hip. Feel free to rock. If there's a foot or two in the air, rotate the ankle. Maybe the head rolls. Really gently. Nothing arduous. Gently unwind. Back to center. Circle the knees around any way they want to go. Reverse direction. And take a last twist of your choice. Deep breath in, gentle breath out. When you're ready, change sides. Deep breath in and out. Now, as you finish up on that side, take a moment to gently ease your way to a seated position and grab your lotion of choice. So you can choose, it'll kind of depend, right? Like I'm wearing long sleeves, so I'm going to move my sleeves up a little bit. I've got a generous amount of lower leg to work with. So we're going to start with a little bit of love for the feet and the legs. So put some amount of your lotion, your oil in your hands, and give it a nice, like, vigorous rub so that you feel the warmth in your hands and you've got some nice, like, warm, loving energy being generated there. And then with absolute love and care, take long, generous strokes with whatever part of your foot or leg is available to be loved up on. And you can expand this into in Ayurveda, the sister science of yoga. In Ayurveda, a very lovely practice is called abhyasa, or oil massage. And it's not just a little bit of an oil or lotion, move your way to the other leg. You'd actually take about a quarter to even like a quarter cup, maybe a little more, third cup of an oil, put it in like a little cup or bowl, inside some hot water so that your oil is warm, nice and warm. Don't put your oil in the microwave, just put it in another bowl of some warm water. And then as you approach this, really long, like you are your own massage therapist right now, really lovingly. We are all humans and we are creatures who appreciate physical touch. And let this be part of your medicine and part of your self-care, to give yourself some of the touch that we may not be able to get in our regular days right now, but that we really do need. And once you've done the feet or legs, then take another little batch of your oil. Again, rub your hands together, create that sense of warmth, and bring the lotion or the oil onto the hands, onto the arms. And this is our way of connecting, showing our bodies love, providing it with moisture, nourishment, but also with the nourishment of physical touch. And then maybe you want to take your hands and give yourself a little neck rub. And when you are ready, you'll lie down and place your body in a way that is comfortable for you. Use whatever props you like. Legs might drape over, a bolster, blanket, or pillow. If you do have some essential oils handy, you can save that also to do a little bit of inhaling and aromatherapy for yourself as well. So since a couple of you have that, that is a nice benefit. Or if you were using a lotion that feels scent, that has a scent to it, and the scent's on your hands, you just use your hands. As you make yourself comfortable, adjusting your headrest as needed, adding blankets or socks, anything else to keep yourself nice and warm. And then if you've got your essential oil or other aromatherapy, the residual scent on your hands, rub the hands together again to get it to heat. Now make a little tent around your face. Breath in. Out. Generous breath in. Receiving the benefits of therapy. And then ready. And exhale, release. Inhaling, squeezing the muscles. Exhaling, releasing. Let the earth support you. The muscles lengthen and loosen. Let your bones rest. Swallow and relax the throat. Allow your tongue to take Shavasana. Facial muscles and eyes rest. Let the brain relax. Gently, deep in the breath. Begin with small movements in the hands and feet. As you're ready, inhale the arms overhead. Take a generous stretch. Yawn. Breathing in, breathing out. When you're ready, draw one knee to the chest, then both knees to the chest. Gently rock until you rock over to one side and pause. Use your hands to press up to seated. When you come to upright in any position, bring your loving hands together and we'll rub the palms together as we did in our massage moment. Rub the hands until you get a bit of warmth there. And once you feel that nice warmth, you'll cup the palms right over the eyes. Feel the warmth there. May we see things clearly. Bring the hands together, rub again. This time, the warmth will go right over the throat. May we speak our truth with love. Lastly, one more time, rubbing the hands, finding that heat, and now placing the palms right over the heart. May our hearts remain open. Thank you. May you be happy, healthy, safe, and at ease. Namaste.
Namaste. Thank you, Anne.
Thank you.
Thank you, Ann.
Thank you, Anne.
Great.
Thank you. Have a lovely rest of your day.
You too. Take care.
Take care. Bye.
Bye.